Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the camera and performance comparison between the iQOO 7 and the OnePlus 9R. I saw a lot of comments when I posted the iQOO 7's unboxing video that how does it compare in terms of camera and overall performance compared to the OnePlus 9R, because in terms of specs, guys, if you look at both these smartphones, these are actually very close to each other. Both of them actually run on the Snapdragon 870 SoC, and I've taken a lot of camera samples side by side so that you can compare which one is doing a better job. And in fact, I'll leave the zip file below, guys, with all the samples so that you can compare it for yourself. But first, let's talk about some of the differences that we have. Yes, both of them are running on the Snapdragon 870 SoC, but there is a pricing difference. This iQOO 7 that'll be available on Amazon. The base variant starts at 32,000 for 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage. I'm not adding those discounts and stuff, guys. There is some discount, you can get it for 28, but the MRP price starts at 32, whereas the MRP price for this OnePlus 9R is 40,000. So straight away we have a price gap of about 8,000 rupees. And even if you guess, the processor is the same, RAM is same, 8 gigabytes, but the cameras are a little bit different. Let's first talk about the OnePlus 9R. This one actually has a quad camera setup. Main camera is a 48 megapixel, then we have a 16 megapixel that's ultra wide, then we have a 5 megapixel that's macro, and then we have an obligatory 2 megapixel macro. Whereas if you look at this iQOO 7, you see only 3 cameras, so it's a triple camera setup. Main camera is still a 48 megapixel with OIS, then we have actually a 13 megapixel ultra wide, and this does the job of the two, that is, it's ultra wide as well as a macro camera. Then we have that obligatory 2 megapixel depth. Front facing, both of them is actually 16 megapixel, so you could say very close to each other. First, let's talk about the performance of these smartphones. Both are running the Snapdragon 870, so in day-to-day performance I had no issues with both of them, very fast. To judge the performance, what I did is I ran some benchmarks on both of them. Let me actually show you the scores. First, let me actually show you the scores for, and if I go to screenshots, I have saved the screenshot for, I ran Geekbench on both of them. Actually, let me show you. And if you don't, there's the Geekbench scores on both of these. There are quite a bit of a difference that we are noticing right away. This is the OnePlus 9R, guys, and we got a single score of 974, and we got slightly higher of 999, and that was the same case with this multi-core also. This was very interesting because both are running on the Snapdragon 870, so I thought, why not let's also run one more benchmark. So I ran AnTuTu on both of them. Actually, AnTuTu, let's open AnTuTu here also. And here, as you can see, on the OnePlus 9R, we got a score of 6,71,000, whereas on this one, that's almost 7,03,000. There is a difference of almost 30,000, which is a big thing. And the CPU score, OnePlus went slightly ahead at 192, whereas it was 185 on the iQOO. But if you look at the GPU, the iQOO went ahead. Again, in memory also, the iQOO went ahead, and that's why overall the score that we got was better with the iQOO. And one more difference that you should actually notice is, notice the temperature difference when I ran the benchmark. The OnePlus increased the temperature by 5.5 degrees Celsius, whereas on the iQOO it increased only by 3.3 degrees Celsius. So what does that mean? That means the cooling is just better on the iQOO. So in terms of performance, yes, both are close to each other, but definitely as per the benchmarks, both Geekbench and AnTuTu, the iQOO is slightly faster. But let's now talk about the camera. What do I feel about the same? So here are the samples that I took side by side so that you can judge the same. So here are the outdoor samples side by side, and clearly I would say the image with the iQOO is a lot more punchier compared to the image on the OnePlus 9R. And if you notice, the color reproduction is also very different. I would say the iQOO is better, I felt. Again, I thought in wide angle that will change, but again, even in the wide angle lens, it's the same thing. The pictures with the iQOO are a lot more punchier to look. Again, this is one more sample. You guys let me know which one do you feel is better. But when I zoom in, clearly the picture is sharper on the iQOO compared to the OnePlus 9R. I took this shot, and again I would say in dynamic range again the iQOO is going ahead. Notice this shot and notice the shadows, they are getting crushed. If you notice the iQOO over here and notice that on the OnePlus 9R the shadows are simply washed out with the OnePlus 9R. And I noticed this even in this area. If you notice this area and on the OnePlus 9R it's simply washed out. Now moving to human subjects, one thing I noticed immediately is the color of my t-shirt is simply wrong with the OnePlus 9R. It's not a brown t-shirt, it's a green t-shirt. For example, in selfies, as you can see here, at least the OnePlus 9R got the t-shirt color right. But again, look at this one. The colors are simply off on the OnePlus 9R. This was in the portrait bokeh mode. And because of that, the skin tones are also getting affected. As you can see again in this picture, the iQOO pictures definitely looks better than the OnePlus 9R. This is in the portrait bokeh mode, but still I would say the iQOO 7 is doing a better job. And this was taken in dull lighting conditions, and definitely the iQOO is lighting up better. And here I zoomed in 200% to give you an idea how much noise was there with the picture shot with the OnePlus 9R. And again, one more shot. Again, I have an overhead light, and here again let me zoom in to give you an idea the shadows on the face. In indoor difficult lighting, the OnePlus is simply not doing a good job. These were taken in artificial lighting in my office, and again I like the picture with the iQOO here, and this was in the portrait bokeh mode. Here I feel the bokeh was done better on the OnePlus 9R, but again the picture is a lot more vibrant on the iQOO, and this was with the wide angle lens. You guys decide which one do you feel is better. When I zoom in, I have a lot more detail with the iQOO even in that ultra wide mode. With the front facing camera outdoors, at least the OnePlus is getting the colors right here. One more sample, and these were taken in artificial lighting, and here I felt the front facing camera on the OnePlus is a little bit soft in artificial lighting conditions. So guys, recording this video indoors in my office. As you can see, this is in completely artificial lighting, and again on the left we have the iQOO and on the right we have the OnePlus 9R, and the audio is also being recorded via their internal microphone. Just notice the microphone icon, so you'll know the audio is from which smartphone. And here also again I'm noticing a difference in colors. It's actually pretty different in terms of what colors they are reproducing between the OnePlus and the iQOO. So you guys let me know which one do you think is doing a better job in terms of video recording with the front facing camera. So guys, as you saw from the sample shots, I was also shocked with the camera performance of the OnePlus 9R. I thought it would be very close to the iQOO in terms of camera performance, but the camera performance, to be blunt, if I am very blunt guys, was disappointing on the OnePlus 9R. Specifically the rear facing camera, the color balance was totally off, and in indoor lighting it really struggled. The front facing, yes, was slightly better, but overall I would say if I have to talk about the camera performance, clearly the iQOO had a better camera. The only, I would say, consolidation price that I could give to the OnePlus was that in terms of video recording with the front facing camera, the audio pickup was louder on the OnePlus 9R. So guys, now it's up to you to decide which one of these two smartphones do you think is better. I frankly feel the iQOO is a better device because of the camera performance is simply superior, and also you are getting it at a lower price of about 8,000 rupees. But yeah, I would love to know your thoughts regarding the same. Anyways guys, that's it for now for this video, and if you guys are still not subscribed to the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Anyways guys, take care. I'll catch you later.